Good evening, everyone.
Hi guys, how are we doing? We were just letting Monty in because he was barking his head off.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe we were actually about 10 minutes early. We've sat here like just getting ourselves all ready and having a chat, and then Monty decides to start barking his head off and I had to move.
Yeah, we were actually organised and on time for once, which is a miracle. I've just had a major man nap.
A major one, yeah.
Because we had my sister around with her twins, so twin 4-year-old girls, and Nina, who is, what is she now?
18 months.
18 months. And then our friends with their daughter, who's like 2. It was absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. So after they left, I just went to bed.
It was fun chaos, but it was loud and yeah. When we're used to being quite quiet, it was a bit much.
It was crazy.
But really enjoyed it though, actually.
Stephen says, bit late for a Christmas jumper.
It's not a Christmas jumper. Same as they're not Christmas lights.
Well, you might have seen on the Facebook, the Tat Chat group, we've got fairy lights up around our stairs because I was showing the stacks of auction haul. Several people have told you to take your Christmas lights down.
I know, they're not. People have fairy lights in their house. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Anyway, this is just a polar bear with some snow. It's been snowing today. So
any excuse, guys.
You know.
Yeah. Well,
I bought this at the Jumble Sale yesterday, so I wanted to wear it because it's really cozy and it was snowing and it felt apt.
Really. Yeah, I don't know if you've had snow where you are, guys, but we had loads. It was coming down.
Yeah.
By the bucket load, wasn't it?
Well, Tom had loads, didn't he?
Yeah, Tom had more than us, I think.
Oh, definitely.
It didn't settle properly here, did it? Exactly.
It settled, but then we had rain, so it's gone now. So.
Pretty much gone. Right, I'm just scrolling back to the beginning. We had Stace in, Stace Punter, Bum Picker. Simon says, earliest I've made it. Hyper Picker. So welcome, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Nick. This is Andrea. Got it right this time. And we and we are resellers. We buy and sell whatever we can get our hands on, and we earn a living out of it. We've been doing it now for this year will be 16 years. And we have this YouTube channel. Can't say that though.
Yeah, and we just chat about what we do. Really,
we just share what we get up to, and if you're into that, great. If not, probably not the channel for you.
And because we've had family with us all day and we've been doing family things, we haven't really been on YouTube, and I've just noticed that somebody's said congrats on the 15k. So yeah, woo-hoo.
Have we got there?
15,000 subs. So thank you guys for subscribing to us and supporting us, and you know,
that's quite epic, isn't it?
Yeah.
We looked, was it yesterday or earlier today? I can't remember. No, it wasn't earlier today. We were like a handful away from 15,000. So wow, that's quite epic. Yeah, so plan today. We are going to talk about Jumble Sale.
Yeah, went to a Jumble Sale yesterday.
And should we just start there? Not much else to talk about.
Yeah.
We did put a video out.
So scroll down in the chat.
You may have seen the little video I put out, which was fun. Right, you scroll down. Lots of other people in. There's Peter. Hi, mate. Chelsea. Right, scrolling down.
Corin's in.
And eBay kind of woke up today for us. We had a load of sales. Nothing amazing, but
had a good day of sales.
Much better than the last few days. We've not been putting the effort into eBay at all. So if our sales have been down, it's only our own fault, and we're very aware of that. Amazon's been ticking along, but not spectacularly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting WhatsApp messages from the family. Wait. Right, let me get to the end of the chat. We do have some tat to share with you that we picked up today. Yeah. I didn't find a lot. Tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Yeah, stuff we picked up tomorrow we're going to share on the wonders of time travel. I am the new doctor.
Are you?
Yeah, you wish. Heather's in, says, hello, everybody. Just digging out some sales ready to post tomorrow. Had a no sale day yesterday, but overall not a bad weekend. Yeah, yesterday wasn't great, but today was much better.
Yeah, or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, apparently. We did well tomorrow. Okay. Indie Chick says, I did all my posting this afternoon. It's been snowing here. Yeah, I've done nothing towards work. I'll have plenty to ship out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, wow, loads of chat. Currently got 178 people in, so welcome, guys. There's Reselling Polly and Corinne.
Yeah, Jane Callum are in, and Lucy and Mr. G UK Reseller.
Do you want to read out Corinne's comment there?
If I can see it.
I just pointed at it.
Oh, thanks, Nick and Andrea received jumper. Fab.
Yeah. Corinne bought one of those Christmas jumpers that we picked up at the auction. Well, should we start with that, actually? I'm still trying to get to the end. Right.
It's been a lot of chat.
It's jumped. Yeah, the auction, you may have seen, because I've been making videos about it because it's been fun. We have squirreled everything away, so there's not much, if any, auction stock left in here.
Gone into the attic.
So that's all in the loft and put away. Most of it is listed. You haven't listed your stuff yet, have you?
No.
No, but I've listed all of mine, but I'm not expecting sales from that. I've priced it at kind of Christmas prices. But I might mess around with local selling with a bit of that.
We've been doing well with the CDs, not CDs, DVDs so far.
That stack of DVDs that I got for a really good price, I'm probably in profit on them already.
Yeah.
Sold 3 or 4 more today.
Every time I see Peaky Blinders now, I just think of Steve.
Steve?
Steve and Steph. Steve.
Why?
Because he's always going on about Peaky Blinders.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We sold a Peaky Blinders box set.
Yeah, not these ones. I've got 2 in that job lot with 2 complete series 1, 2, and 3 that are going to go up to Amazon. They're going for a lot more at Amazon, these ones. But there was also an unsealed first series, which wasn't worth a lot, but that sold today. I love selling media. It's so quick and easy.
Yeah. Oh, that Steve and Steph are in. Said, hello all. Nick and Andrea listening while taking photos. Steph is getting groceries.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. So we've got some Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
I've never actually seen that.
I haven't. No. I was tempted, but we've got so much in our plan now with so many stuff we watch. Don't want to add another thing to it right now.
No.
So yeah, auction. Going on from the auction tomorrow, we're going to go to an auction viewing. We actually popped down there the other day, and we were going to film, but we got there late, didn't we? And they were just closing.
Just literally closing up.
It's a garage, like what was a car sales place and a service garage. Great big building. It's not big from the front, but it goes back for miles. You'll see in the video we're going to make. And the garage is closed down. It was a Hyundai dealership and service center, and they are selling everything, every last whatever, nut and bolt, to the point where I was sharing some of the lots with Zahir, and my brain is still asleep with Zahir and Tom the other night. There's a lot that made me laugh, which is under the stairs cupboard, contents of. Just intriguing. What is in that cupboard?
Right.
So yeah, we're going to go down there and film. There's a few lots I'm interested in, but most of it is industrial like stuff. There's like car jacks, like great big 4-poster car jacks. They're actually selling a fleet of cars. But we're going to go down and hopefully film it. Probably not live, but we'll make a little vlog of it out of that. That's tomorrow. Yeah, don't know when we're going to fit that in.
I don't know.
No.
This weekend has been so mad, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I noticed that Pete Allen was in the chat. I don't know if you're in the chat, Pete. If you are, if you're not, then join us if you like. But Sue very kindly shared that you needed to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and lots of people in the chat got on board and helped you to do that, and it was really cool. It was such a cool post, wasn't it?
I loved the fact, well, a few people, Carla, let me just backtrack. YouTube have made a really odd decision, in my opinion, a really strange decision, and I think it's a bad decision that they've moved the goalpost. So if you want to monetize your videos, you'll know that ours are the adverts that run on our channel, and we get some money for that. It's not a lot, but it helps kind of make the whole effort worthwhile. And they've now moved the goalpost. So if you start a channel, you have to get to 1,000 subs and something like 40,000 watch hours of time that have been viewed on your channel. And this includes channels that have already been running for, in some cases, years and haven't quite got to that level. They've taken away those privileges. And I think that's so wrong. I mean, surely for YouTube, they're just cutting off their supply of new channels and channels that may have blossomed and what have you. A lot of these people maybe won't put the effort in anymore, or will give up, and it will put off people starting.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see the point, especially at a time when Amazon are seriously talking about launching their own rival platform. So many people are just going to jump on there and say, well, sod you, YouTube, if you're going to take away my ability to earn a few pennies here and there. So anyway, Carla was in that position, and everyone rallied round and got her up to 1,000.
Yeah,
and then
so was Sue.
Did Sue make it to 1,000 as well? Yeah. And then Pete as well.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And I think Chris Gotts is in the same boat.
Yeah.
So yeah, go over and find.
So I don't know.
Tat on the Tyne, isn't it? His channel.
I don't know how many subs. How many subs has Corin got? Let us know, Corin, if you need us to help boost your subs.
Yeah, well, go over there and sub anyway, regardless.
And Kirsten, I'm not sure how many subscribers Kirsten's got. I haven't looked.
Graham was saying, talking about filming at the auctions, Graham Nichols says, it's only fair that the auction house now comes to visit Nick and Andrew's garage. Yeah. Oh, there's Kirsten saying, I'm not brave enough to film at auctions.
Yeah. We were talking about that, weren't we? Saying it would be really interesting, actually.
I'd love to see Kirsten. Next time we go, I'm going to film a bit more and actually look in depth a bit more at the antiques area. When we filmed, that was pretty much the only time we spent because we were so busy researching. And then the day of bidding, we just didn't stop. Apart from the time we sat down just to take a mental break and we filmed, we didn't stop. So I didn't even go back and look in those trunks of stuff. I was fascinated with those, but didn't go back and look. And somebody was telling me that most of that stuff won't have VAT on it. So
yeah, I think definitely we'll have a better look at that room next time.
Yeah, and that'll be really fun to film, actually.
Yeah, I think we just got sort of blinded by, all the toys and all the new stuff.
Yeah, I gravitate towards that these days. David Wardle says it's 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours in the last year. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a really bad move on YouTube's part, and I'm not sure the logic behind why they think they need to do that. I mean, we know how hard and how long and how difficult it was to get to those sort of numbers in the beginning for us. It took us a long time, a lot of work. Right, okay. Gary says, moving to a larger booth on Tuesday, hiring a van for the next auction. Wow, it's going up in the world.
Yeah, awesome.
Right, let me scroll down. Electronic Firing Squad, Brian's in. I need to message you, Brian. I think it was Brian who mentioned a while back about Disney passes or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're in the process of trying to find, we're going to maybe rent an apartment.
Yeah, we've looked at Airbnb, haven't we?
Yeah, and we're going to get that all booked up. So if you were serious about letting us borrow some passes or something, I'll message you and sort that out. Yeah. Okay. Ray says the advertisers are to blame, but I don't know how that's in their interest. Throttling the small channels. Anyway, who knows?
I don't know.
Should we share some junk? No?
If you like.
Should we not bother?
Are we at the bottom of
yeah,
the chat
I think
now?
so, yeah.
I just noticed there's Zahir and Tom are in. So
hey Zahir, hey Tom. Yeah, nobody's mentioned my
Somebody has. Somebody said to Karin, careful, don't make a Nick style.
Well, Tom's just come in. Hey guys, has Nick dropped another lick gate yet? I won't go into that.
But your sister Jo today.
What did she say?
When the twins were playing with Monty's tennis balls, and Monty, we put him in the sunroom to keep him out of the way of the kids, and he was watching and getting really irritated because he loves his tennis balls. And she said, Monty's getting very upset as a small person playing with his balls.
Oh, it was Nina, actually.
It
was the little baby Nina at that point. Had Monty's balls in her hands, not his actual balls.
Sadly,
2 tennis balls.
Sadly, he hasn't got any anymore.
And was going up to the glass door where Monty was behind, all excited.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then she said, "Yeah, there's a small person playing with Monty's balls." And you nearly wet yourself.
It's hilarious.
It's great. Okay. Right, yeah, junk. Oh, there's so much chat coming in. I just can't stop reading it. Oh, just going back to the ads and YouTube's decision. They have done it because, this is Kevin saying this, they have done it because advertisers don't want to be associated with small channels that do something embarrassing, like that fake suicide video. But that was a big channel, wasn't it?
I thought he was a big channel.
I thought that was some huge YouTuber. I've no idea what that was all about.
I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
Christy says YouTube claim they will also be manually checking popular videos before allowing adverts. It's obvious it is because of the recent problems with a big YouTuber. Right, well, we've had issues with that. A lot of our videos get flagged up by the bots, the automatic things, and then we have to get them manually checked and then okayed for viewing. Okay, right. Oh, there's Lisa.
Yeah, and
says,
Steve, can I just say, Stephen's talking to Stu Mandry, but he said, I've only got like 10 subs. If I was making a channel, I tried to build an audience before really worrying about a few pounds. And that is a good point, actually.
Yeah.
That is a good point. But also, you know, it's a shame that
I think it will put a lot of people
you have to get up to 1,000 and so many views before you can start making any money on it.
And somebody made the point, it might have been Carla or somebody in one of Carla's chats made the point that some channels don't have a lot of subs, but they do get a lot of views, and it's not always about the subs you get. And then a lot of people, like, they have a small channel but put an awful lot of work and time into the videos, and then to have that little bit of a perk taken away, I don't know, I just think it was a bit of a it's not a short-sighted policy.
It's not a huge amount, but it is a nice little perk.
Well, we've had an offer. Oh, a couple of quid for some pin merge. I don't know. I'll look at it afterwards.
Just saw, Brian says, Nick, yes, was serious on Disney World park hopper passes. Drop me a message. I literally have a stack of them.
Fantastic, Brian.
Thank you.
Park hopper passes. Ooh, that's exciting.
Okay, it might be coming together.
Oh, there's Chris earlier. Never been in it for the monetization. I enjoy making the content. Fantastic. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know. But it's just...
It just seemed mean. I know it's not about the money, and we said that before.
Yeah.
But taking that little perk away from people who perhaps are putting in a lot of effort. Anyway, let's move on.
And we were talking about this before, that when you first started the channel, you didn't even know that you could monetize it. You didn't even do that for the monetizing. You were doing it for months before somebody said, or before you found out.
It was another reseller in America.
Like, oh, okay,
I can't remember who.
I'll do that then.
I thought Google just randomly put adverts on videos and they took the credit, which I thought was fine. Oh, CD sold. Yeah, and then it was, I can't remember who, but one of the resellers in America randomly said that they take revenue from their channel, and I was like, how the hell do they do that?
And especially, I think the point to make is, especially if you've already started your channel, you've got, you know, you're getting near to 1,000 subs or whatever, and you're happily getting a tiny little kickback monetary wise, and then they take it away completely. And I think that's the part that's unfair more than anything.
Yeah, to reset the goalposts to people coming in, I can understand. You know, this is just how it is now. But to say one thing here and then completely go back on it, I don't. Anyway, let's move on. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about junk.
I know. Just wanted to make that point.
Before I start on the stuff we picked up at the Jumble, I was really pleased with this. I managed to rewire, put a new plug on it, basically. Nothing. I'm not technically minded, really. But this is cool. I bought this at Jumble Sale a while back, but managed to get it running, which is cool.
It was tuned in before.
Can't find a channel now. Anyway, but you get the idea. And I was quite surprised. It's a Grundig, so it's a good make. As you can see there. It's not in the best of condition, unfortunately, and crucially, the aerial has been snapped off.
Yeah.
So that's going to affect its value, but these are well worth looking out for. I looked earlier, anywhere between 40, and the top I saw was about 80 on one of these. In this condition, it'll be the lower end of that, I'd imagine. But really pleased that that's running now. So that was the result. Now then, junk from the Jumble Sale. I didn't get a whole lot. I grabbed one of these.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I wasn't sure because it's not a Polaroid. It's basically Fuji's version of a Polaroid. But hell yeah, there's a market for these.
They're really popular. They're very trendy.
Right. I kind of don't see the point in these because the film's expensive, isn't it?
At one point, I really did want one. And I know Ellen wanted one as well, but I think looking, because our niece has got one, and I'm not sure about the quality being so good. And I think if I was going to spend out to get something, I'd want something bit better quality, or maybe, you know, one of those printers that you can print pictures from your phone. So you're safe, dear. I'm not going to pinch it.
I thought I'd lost this. Yeah. So anyway, paid 50p at the Jumble, and they are going second hand. We saw them ranging from about 35 to 40, all the way up to 50 on those. And it's a Fuji, what's it called? Instax. Yeah,
Instax Mini 7S.
Well, there's various versions, but this is quite a good one. This is a Mini 7S.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled. And this was there towards the end of the Jumble, still just sat on the table. I don't think it was in any of the video. I filmed way more footage. I took my little harness thing and filmed me going around rummaging. None of it came out. I think either the phone slipped in the case, so it's filming the inside of the case, or my coat covered it up. I was really annoyed at that.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I was just going to say that Jane Callum said those cameras are on trend for weddings nowadays, one on each table, which is funny because we were having that discussion with your sister and her husband, and they had the same thing at their wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a squeaky chair today.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying, isn't it?
Annoying, isn't it? So I picked that up. I paid a £5 for a bunch of CDs. When I say a bunch, like this much. Most of it is classical. Classical is worth going on if you can get it cheap, because there tends to be a few gems in there. There really wasn't this time, apart from one, which is about a tenner's worth. That's not classical. It's Miles Davis Sketches of Spain, but it's a Millennium edition with a reproduction card case, so it looks like the LP. It's really nice, but it's only worth £3 or £4. But these are listed separately on eBay already. And then a Jake Thackeray, which again isn't actually classical, it's folk, and that's listed for about 13. So a couple of ones that were worth sticking on their own, and then the classical really wasn't worth listing. Some of it was borderline worth sending into FBA, but these are going to wasn't Magpie, it was Ziffit. That's about the £5 back there. So and then
here's Monty.
the rest I'm going to just do a bundle on eBay and shoot for something like 20 quid for the lot. So wasn't as good as I'd hoped, but there's still some profit in there. So say 25, 30, 40.
Peter says, how's the chair, Andrea? Squeaking still. Nick's got it today.
I've got them. We had to use that one when we had dinner. We had 11 people around for dinner, so we had to use one of the office chairs, and then somehow they got switched around. But yeah, so I'll be looking to get a gross of about £50 back on the CDs that I spent a £5 on. So nothing spectacular there. Oh, you picked these up. Have you looked at these yet?
I haven't looked them up. Yeah, I just picked up some vintage patterns. There's one. Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very 70s, would you say? Oh, it's St. Michael.
Yeah.
Is that? What's St. Michael?
There's some cool stuff in here. But I've already got quite a few vintage patterns, so
Marks
I'm just
and Spencer.
Do a big bundle, I think.
That's Marks and Spencer's vintage label. This is 1977.
This looks like 60 something, I think.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to do a big bundle. Lots of sort of 80s fashions.
I think I managed to film you picking that up towards the end.
That sort
of the video.
80s style.
Wow. Yeah, there is a market for this stuff. Didn't we find a while back that what is it, like Scottish knit, like the pattern knitwear? Patterns for those go. No, I had a book that went for a fair bit of money. Was it Aaron?
Aaron, yeah.
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 So there was that. I got a Jenga Tetris.
Barry Francis says somehow the chairs got swapped around. How did that happen, Andrew?
It's a mystery.
I did actually notice it was on Nick's side, and I didn't say anything.
It's annoying me now.
See?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, a Jenga Tetris from the Jumble. I've sold this before at Amazon, I believe. Can't remember what they go for. Haven't checked it yet. Was that? Sorry, I've got junk everywhere.
That's the story of our life, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think I'd be used to it by now. Oh, a little bit that I scanned for Amazon. This is bobbin lace. Randomly, I sold a lace weaving book the other day at Amazon, and then picked up another one. Not masses of value in it, but worth doing. A random Just Dance 3 for 50p. That's already listed on eBay, but not for a lot. I think about a £5 or something. Oh, and this for myself. Was that from the Jumble? It was, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
This I bought for myself. It's Retro Toys.
It's a really good book.
I was showing this to my mate Simon, who's my age today. Vintage Star Wars. I found something in here I hadn't thought of since I played with it when I was a kid. Now, tell me in the chat if you guys remember. I'm not going to be able to. Oh, it's all alphabetical. I can find it. That big track. Oh, Boglins, and it's got like the history of the toy and stuff. Oh, love this book.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Shoots Away. Right, if you're in your 40s, it's kind of a blokey thing. Do you remember this? This revolved, and you looked through this scope, and then you dropped bombs off here, off your helicopter. You had to get them into these little red things. I love that game with a passion. I never had one. I didn't have much as a child. Poor family.
Just want to answer a quick question. RJ Sellers said, Andrew, how did you get on with the kilt you got last year? I haven't actually listed it, and I don't think I'm going to, because it does appear that it's a school uniform kilt, and I'm probably not going to list it.
You can still list it, can't you?
I don't know. Anyway, I put it aside because I was like, I'm not sure.
But yeah, does anyone remember these? No, I don't.
There's a delay, so
awesome
you could be waiting a while. Gavin
says, I randomly looked it up. Like I said, I hadn't thought back to the 70s when I had, well, I didn't have one, but played this, or probably early 80s. It was released in 77, according to that. So I looked it up on eBay, and these things are selling up to the £100 mark. Yeah. So one to keep your eyes out for. It's called Shoots Away.
Yeah, Chris Scott said he's got that book. He said, look up Boris the Spider.
Boris the Spider? There's a chopper there. I had a chopper, didn't have it new, and it surprised me. The release date, they first came out in 69 choppers.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a chopper. And then it got busted, and I remember chucking it on a bonfire as a teenager. Like, probably by that time it's probably the 90s.
Oh, I had one of those. I loved it.
Cheekaboo. They just suck their thumbs. Did they make noises or anything?
No, they didn't. They just sucked their thumbs.
There was one of them in our house.
I loved it so much. I think my friend has still got one. Last time I was at her house, she had one sat on her sideboard.
Big yellow teapot. My sisters had that.
What I loved was those trees. Like a big round green tree that pops up and it's got like a house inside.
Yeah. Oh, what was that called?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Action Man. What was I looking
Boris
at?
the Spider.
I was trying to find Boris the Spider. It's all alphabetical. Barbie. Battling Tops. Big Track. Oh, I've got to go this way. Oh, okay. Buckaroo. No, there's no Boris the Spider.
That's strange.
Unless it's under something else. Anyway, I love this book. Let me just find something else that people might remember. Game and Watches.
Yeah.
Andrew's still got one of that. Isn't that Snoopy Tennis?
Yeah, I've still got Snoopy Tennis.
Wow.
I love Snoopy Tennis.
Girls' World, Disembodied Head in a Box.
I had a Girls' World until I had a really bad nightmare that it was floating towards me with its hair floating out like in a horror movie, and then I couldn't play with it anymore.
Vintage Guess Who? I made a little video about that a while back. That's been a really popular video, actually. I'm going to do more videos like that. That's so cool. And I didn't know Ghost House was originally Haunted House, because that's exactly the same layout and game as Ghost House. but without the ghost theme. Well, it's called Haunted House, but did you know that? Same design game, but not called Ghost House. Anyway, I could just look at this book for hours. Little Professor.
Oh, we had one of those, didn't we?
We sold one not long ago.
Yeah.
They're worth picking up. Spud guns. Oh my god. Magic rocks. Grow your own rocks.
Oh.
Remember doing this as a kid? Oh, this chair is annoying.
I know. Thank you.
I have one of these as well, Mercury Maze. Anyway, right, putting it away. That was my favourite find, even though I'm not selling it. I randomly picked this up. I think this is in the video. I'm trying to ask the women, lovely old ladies that are there, trying to ask her how much this was. Probably deaf as a post. She just walked off. It's in the video. This just looked like it would have been expensive new, so I thought I'd buy it. It was like, what did I pay? 20p?
Something like that.
It's Pod. There is a brand, like a maker's name. Can't remember, and it's really tiny writing. And surprisingly, people have sold these recently for not a lot, £10 to £12, but yeah, it's worth having a little punt on. Basically, to sit on your desk and put your CD-ROMs in.
Shelsteruni says, I picked up a chickaboo in a duck outfit at the car boot for 50p. I think it's sold for £13.
Chickaboo, is that the little bears that suck their thumb?
Yeah, well, they're monkeys.
Oh, were they all monkeys?
Well, they look like monkeys to me.
Ah. Ray Cunningham, Nick and Andrew Hills. Nick should do a retro toy and game channel. I'm probably just going to incorporate it into this. I've done a few, like, what did I call them? Closer looks. I did one for Hero Quest, one for Jibber Jabber I did ages ago. That gets thousands of views, that one. It's really odd. Shall I stick that then? Oh, the only board game I got was that. It's huge. I won't bring it forward. It's Atmosphere the Harbingers. Oh, this is really squeaking now. What else did we get? Oh, this was in a charity shop. £3, as you can see there, and it's a good one, mainly because it's sealed. It's a wine game.
Oh, don't.
We're still on dry
morning
January.
Wine.
But this is going into Amazon. I think they're about 30 quid or around that mark.
Why is January such a long month?
Do you want to fall off the wagon?
Yes.
Yes. I'm fed up not drinking.
Apparently, I think it was last Thursday or something, was officially the day that people would fall off the wagon if they were going to, because...
Well, we did, didn't we? Was it?
We had a cheat day. It was last Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had a bit of a date night.
Well,
but apparently that's when people get their online shop for the month for their alcohol. And most people can't actually resist. I don't know, it was on the news.
Well, I have a weekly poker game at the pub with a bunch of friends. We do a league. It's open to anyone, not just the people I know there. And
did you cheat?
No, I haven't had a beer there. And it's really odd because, you know, we all buy each other drinks and this and that and the other. And people sometimes do it on autopilot. You know, when I turn up, sometimes someone's already got me a drink and stuff. It's like, it's really odd how awkward it is socially to not drink.
It becomes habit.
Yeah. So that's strange. Going to the pub and playing cards with your mates and not having a beer. It's really odd.
Yeah. Quickly, Charlie Harrison is interested in the pod. So do you want to just message us through our Facebook?
Yeah.
And yeah,
if you want it, let me know. You can have it.
He says, wish they would answer me. I have now. It's because he was waffling on. I couldn't get a word in.
Yeah, okay. It is difficult to keep up with the chat and converse and keep a train of thought going, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a nice thing, this. I don't really have a use for it. Otherwise, I keep it because it looks like Apple branding. It's not Apple branding.
No.
But it would really go with my Mac and stuff.
It has got some marks on it and stuff.
Yeah, just so you're aware, it'll need a little bit of cleaning off there. Well, I could do that. No, they're scratches. No, it's coming off.
Yeah.
I'll clean it up. But perhaps the most profitable thing I picked up at the Jumble will be, if I can get to it,
Nerf.
I'm sure this isn't news to anybody, especially if you followed my channel for a while. There's money in Nerf guns. I paid £11. I know it's a strange amount, but he kind of came up with. No, he wanted a 10 in the box, and then I found another gun and added it, and then he said, well, it's 11 now. I was like, fair enough.
Heather says, I've licked the like button.
Yes, please lick the button. I was in hysterics when we were watching. It was on Zahir's chat, wasn't it? I couldn't stop laughing. I kept reading back what I wrote, and it was just, it was the funniest typo. Anyway, bunch of guns. So you got this one, which I don't think works properly. I tried to do it the other night. I was trying to shoot Monty. Not actually shoot him, you know.
He was scared. He was really scared. He didn't like the noise of it.
Well, Monty got a bit worried when I fired this bad boy up. Yeah. Because it's got an... Well, I'll do it now.
Got a motor in, hasn't it? No, he really didn't like it.
So I stopped after that because he got in a bit of a panic. But this thing is beefy. And Steve Green messaged me and said he sold this for 30 on its own, apparently. The beefy thing weighs a ton. There's the thumbnail. Thumbnail time. So yeah. So if I can get 30 out of that one, happy days.
Fat Man on a Bike says, P.S. The Jumble Sale you went to looked like a civilized tea party compared to the mosh pit of a jumble we went to yesterday. Wow. It's when we... Yeah, I don't tend to film at the beginning when it is a bit more chaotic than that. Well, you were the one that caused the furore, weren't you? Because you asked them to get into an orderly line and the ladies didn't want to do that. They wanted to all hurry in. And one of them came up to you, didn't she, and complained. She didn't complain. Well, not complain, but well, we waited for about an hour. Didn't like the insinuation that she wouldn't have let you in your place. She was trying to push in. We all waited in the foyer bit. There must have been, by the time they opened the doors, there was 20 people in the foyer. But you can't wait for an hour in a queue. There's no way of doing it, and people are moving around, going to the toilet and stuff. And then when it came for the doors to open, I thought, well, let's line up in order. And also, you were being chivalrous because there was a lovely lady next to us, and she'd been in the corner, sort of right at the back, but she was after us. And all these other people had come in after her, and they weren't letting her in. If I hadn't said anything, it just would have been a run for the door. But I'm sure you weren't there before, to this lady. And she was saying, I've been here from the beginning. And we sort of vouched for her and said, yes, we've been stood here chatting to her for the last hour. So she's definitely been here. Yeah. So, yeah. But what I was going to say was it is quite mad at the beginning. And I don't tend to film at that point. But I did have my camera on a little mount, so I could just sort of film the first 5-10 minutes of madness, which is when most of the purchases that we make happen. And it didn't film anything. So that was a shame. Anyway, I'll quickly run through these guns. Krillin has super chatted. Thank you, Krillin. Cheers, Krillin. He says, Nick, it's Hyundai, not high and die. It's not in the UK. It's different. It's Hyundai. We say Hyundai. Hyundai. I don't know how the Japanese or in the UK, but then I think that Hyundai. I think Hyundai. We could say Seat. Do they say something different, or it might be a different car brand? When we were in America, we were driving across, they kept advertising a car brand, and it was just not how we would say it. I'm not sure unless it was Citroen or I don't know. It was, I can't remember. I know what you mean, but I can't remember. But it was different every time, and we were like, no, that's not right. Well, probably the Americans and us have got the pronunciation of Hyundai wrong. We'd have to ask the Koreans or whoever make it. Probably. Anyway, thanks for super chat, Krillin. Right, let me scroll back to the end of here. Oh my word. That's a chat. Charlie Harrison, I'm happy to pay the extra. Could you list on eBay? I can list it on eBay and send you the link. Chin Ho Chung said it's pronounced as Hyundai. Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
So yeah,
There you
none of
go.
us were right. Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Is that right?
Something
Hyundai.
like
Nick, go to Google Translate. It's Hyundai.
that.
This is starting to sound like Steve and Steph's video when they were doing that mad gab
Oh,
thing.
I was laughing my head off at that. It was so funny.
I was chatting to him on Facebook. They're going to try and get us on one of their shows and do some silly games or something. Anyway, let me finish this quick.
That'd be good.
I've got 2 of these rough cuts, which are rather nice.
Oh, maybe it was Nissan. We say Nissan, and I think Americans say Nissan or something like that. But we say Nissan.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nissan.
Yeah, something like that.
I've had these before. I think they're Maverick. Yeah, Maverick. There's a couple of them Mavericks. I've sold these in pairs before. Little revolving barrel ones. Running out of space. This one has its little shoulder stock. That's a Strife, but it's missing its barrel extension. That's not the end of the world. And then the rest are, well, that's a little disc firing one. Had these before, what they're called, Proton. They fire these, which are really cool. They fire so much better than disc ones.
Just gonna say to Charlie, just message us on Facebook and we'll discuss it and sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it whichever way suits you. And then there's tons of ammo, what do you call it, magazines and stuff. So I was happy with that. And that was about it. Andrew's not going to share your clothes, are you?
Well, I am going to, but I'm not tonight. I'm going to do another haul video, so yes. But I got this jumper. I can do that mini haul. I got a jumper at the Jumble Sale.
Oh, so much dust.
Yeah.
How many Christmas jumpers do you own?
Quite a few. But this isn't a Christmas jumper.
Well, okay.
It's a winter jumper.
Yeah. Stephen Bennett, question: can you make a video about making t-shirts on merch, and what program do you use? I'm no expert at merch. We are barely getting started, so not the right person to be handing out advice, really.
Yeah, watch Jane Callum and Margaret.
Margaret would be a good place to start. She has loads of experience, and then yes, in the UK, certainly Jane Callum started the channel where Jay is generously sharing hints and tips on her success. She's somebody who's had some success at merch. We haven't. We've managed to sell a few shirts, but we haven't even tiered up from the first tier yet.
Yeah. We're only just newbies.
Yeah, and we're currently using, or I've been doing the designing, and I've been using Make Merch, which is a paid for subscription to a website. It's very limited what you can do on there, to be honest, but I've managed to squeeze the best out of it I can.
I think once we tier up, we'll think about.
Yeah, if we can get some momentum with it, we're going to get some decent software like Illustrator or something.
Yeah. And we were discussing that Ellen's going to need that for graphics anyway.
Photoshop.
Yeah. So
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll share, how we get on with merch, but probably not the best people to hand out advice as yet. I don't want to be pretending that I'm some expert when I'm really not. Oh,
Charlie says he hasn't got Facebook.
Oh, that's okay, Charlie. You can message me on YouTube, and I will drop a link to the eBay listing. If you go to like the last video I put up, or this one, once it's finished and it's public, just put a message saying hi Nick about the CD rack or whatever, and I'll drop a link to the eBay listing on there. That'll work.
Yeah.
Heather says it's Nike, not Nike.
Yeah. And Simon says it's a Christmas jumper. It's not. It's a polar bear with some snow.
It's whatever you want to call it, dear. If you want to call it.
No Father Christmas on it. There's no Rudolph or Jingle Bells.
If you lined 100 people up and asked them, is that a Christmas jumper? What do you think the average would be that said, yes, it is? Or how many? What do you think the average? I think most people would say it's a Christmas jumper. What does it matter if it's one or not? You just want an excuse to be able to wear it now, don't you? Right. We're not having a domestic, Steve. Don't worry. That's Steve's version of my accent, isn't it? Don't worry. We're not having a domestic. Oh, Steve and Steph, if you're watching, I'll message you after this, but I need your address. I have something. Well, I don't have it in my possession yet, but I will soon. That I want to send to you. I won't say any more. Okay. Good money and Nerf guns. This is South Wales Matt. People always look at me funny when I buy them. Fair enough. I've bought loads over the years.
Indie Chicks just said, did I get any vintage clothing at the Jumble? Yeah, I did get a couple of bits, actually.
You found some nice things.
Yeah.
Even I could appreciate these things. There was some real quality, wasn't there?
Mm.
Yeah. So there'll be a video out sometime next week. We'll over that.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
At some point there will be.
Okay. What else did I have to talk about? Is that it?
Possibly.
Can you read any of that?
No.
How many have time? Oh, we've got loads of time.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, blimey. Chat's just jumped. What's that, Stephen Pageant? Depends what country you're in. Nick and Andrea, what's that about? I don't
know. Somebody called S. Oxen said, as you make so much money out of charity shops, why don't you make a donation for each sale you make? 10% is reasonable. Don't you think that's the right thing to do? Well, we're already donating our money to charity by buying the things in the charity shop.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good discussion to have. I mean, if that's what you do and that's what you're comfortable doing, then fine. I mean, we give to the charities that we choose to anyway through direct debit.
We do.
And we have done for years.
We give a lot of money to charity.
And we donate tons of stuff all the time to them. We don't, every sale we make that we bought in a charity shop, we don't give a percentage to charity, if that's what you're asking.
No. But we donate lots of our own things to charity. We redonate stuff that we're not making money on. We donate privately to all kinds of charities all the time. And I like to buy stuff in charity shops because I know that money is going to help somebody. So
do you know? So I'm just reading. Is this Family Fortunes? What?
Family Fortunes. Oh, Karen says, oh, you scrolled past it.
No, it just jumped then. I didn't do that. Oh, Krillin has super chatted. Nick, when you are sending me a link to teach you English, when are you sending me a link to teach you English? How rude!
How rude!
How rude!
Well, thanks for the super chat.
says an American with his American version of English.
Oh, funny. Can you go back so I can see what I was going to say?
Where?
Oh, Karen said, I have a top that says snow fun, but I've put it with my Christmas jumpers. Sorry, Andrea. Look, it's snowing outside. I'm wearing a jumper that's got snow on it.
Let's call it a Christmas jumper. If you want to wear it all year round, that's fine. Not like I can do anything about it. Okay, let me catch up. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, guy. Oh, trying to manage this chat is a nightmare. Right, there we are. Simon Blitz, how's everyone's sales today? I've done £300 in January so far. Really slow month. Then today, out of the blue, I've done 380 today alone. Wow. We're nowhere near 380 for today. We're on 100 and... I don't know. We looked earlier. What was it? 120 odd? We're just selling... Most of our store is full of crap that we're trying to get rid of.
We've marked a load of stuff right down. So we're just trying to clear the decks.
Our store is rock bottom bargain basement at the minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
RJ Reseller said, Nick and Andrea inspired me to start a reselling channel showing what I'm selling, etc. Thank you. Well, thank you.
Cool.
That's good.
Who was that? Sorry? RJ Resellers. Right. So, guys, if you click on the little icon in the chat, you can go through if you want to check out that channel.
Yeah.
RJ Resellers. I don't think I've seen that before. Steve and Steph say buying from a charitable shop is a form of donating. Well, it is. Going back to that comment before, exactly. And if there's been an ongoing debate about this in the community for a long time, and if you take resellers out of charity shops, they would suffer.
I think so.
No end. I mean,
definitely.
we've had this. We've been accused of profiteering at jumble sales and taking money away from charity. At the jumble sale we went to yesterday, I would say 50% conservatively are there to buy stuff to resell.
The entire foyer was full of resellers, all chatting about their businesses.
Yeah. And if you take that money out of charity, then the charities will collapse, I think. But if you're somebody that wants to give an extra percentage of what you make out of your earnings to charity, then more power to you. But we've never chosen to do that.
We haven't, but we donate in other ways. So
yeah. Rachel says, I worked for a charity shop in Australia. Wow. We had so many resellers come in and it's great. Nice little ecosystem. We made money, they made money, and someone else gets what they want. That sums it up really well. That's
how we see
basically our take on it. Yeah.
And then just scroll down slightly.
Heather says as well, and you donate your time through Girl Guides.
Well,
yeah. Andrea puts so much work into guides.
I think S. Oxon has then replied and said, it's a very small percentage. I buy from charity shops and always add that on all of my sales from charity shops up to 50% at times. And like Nick said, it's a great thing to do. But, you know, just because we wouldn't do that doesn't mean that we're not donating to charity, because we do that in other ways.
Yeah. I was just trying to think how we would do that. We'd have to keep track of which items are charity ones. We don't source from charity shops a great deal anyway. Most of our stuff is car boot sale and potentially in the future auction if we're going to keep going back to this auction. There's another super chat there. Why can't I see it?
There you go.
It's Quillen again. Quillen, thanks for the super chat, mate. Nick, I had drunk in a bar tell me that the original Englishmen are really the Scotsmen of now. What was this guy talking about? I have no idea. So he had a drunk guy in a bar tell him that the original Englishmen are really the Scotsmen of now. Well, this guy clearly was very drunk, because it makes no sense to me.
I don't know. Maybe they're saying that everybody originated from Scotland.
What? Moral of this is, don't listen to drunk guys in bars, Krillin.
I don't know. Benjamin D. Last said, hi, Nick and Andrea. Just wanted to say, really enjoy your videos and look forward to the live chats. Thank you, Benjamin.
Thanks, Benjamin. Appreciate that. What's Tom saying above that? I sleep just fine at night, knowing I'm giving loads to charity with what I buy. Exactly. I mean, over the years, all of us have donated so much money. If you were to add it up, take that out of the charities and there'd be suffering no end. Okay, let me keep scrolling. Yeah, I mean, that debate could go on for ages. Ray says there, why does it matter what you do with your purchases as long as you have paid what they're asking? Exactly. Yes. If you feel you want to give an extra portion of what you make to charity, more power to you. Vinny's in. Hi, Vinny. Did you guys notice the photo option on the eBay app has been shocking lately? Pixelization, blurring, and no zoom. No. We haven't been using the eBay app to list.
No. I do upload my photos onto the app, though.
Yeah, but you've not been listing.
Well, I haven't listed since Christmas. No, hands up on that one. I haven't. But generally, no, actually, I have. I listed a load of stuff last week. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, there you go then.
No, I haven't noticed that.
Perhaps it's just today it's gone.
Maybe. Yeah, because I take the photos on my phone, I upload through the app, and then I go list on the desktop. Because I find it quicker to list on the desktop. Charlie
was saying he uninstalls and reinstalls the app. Oh, that might have been in response to something else. Candy Floss Crown. And isn't Candy Floss Crown, isn't that Becky who has a channel herself?
I think so.
I think that's the Becky I sent a DS to a while back.
I think so.
I get so confused. Right. There was a question. Oh, and the chat jumps.
No, just zooms.
Where
by.
was I? Where was I?
Official Sadiq said, the colour of your tops match, in case you didn't notice. I said this before we went on. We didn't plan that.
I was just wearing this Transformers t-shirt, and then it's quite cold in my office, so I put this on. And she's like, "Oh, we match," because that's how you talk. Ooh. Okay, Jane Callum. So we volunteer our time for charity 1 day a week, and we spend up to £200 a week in charity shops. We are very proud of this and don't feel the need to donate more. Fair enough, exactly. He was correct. The Celts, says Stu Mandry. Going back to the drunk guys.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, let me try and get to the end of the chat.
But I think, oh, hang on. S. Oxon says, Nick and Andrea, just do it. You feel really good when you add that donation to your listings.
Oh, that's talking about donating direct through eBay. Yeah. Not something we've ever done.
Actually, I have, but that was when I didn't, not on our business account. I did it with my personal account.
Peter Ray said, I was still on this Englishman and Scotsman thing. The Celts, Nick, were with their own version of English.
Yeah. I was going to say that I think really, if you go back in every British person's ancestry, there'll be some Irish or Scottish or something like that.
Well, the British are a blend of continental, like Vikings came over.
Exactly. And my
I don't know
granddad's name was McMahon, and so a lot of my family are McMahons, and they were actually Irish, came over to this country, to Scotland, and put the muck in front so they didn't sound so Irish, and ended up as McMahon. So there you go. So I'm a mix of all of that anyway.
You're a little bit Irish.
Yeah.
There's talk about the CEOs of charity shops again. That's maybe a debate for a chat sometime. We won't go into it any further here.
It could rage on because everybody has their own opinions, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah.
That must be Steve. Steve from Steve and Steph says, was the pub south of the river? So I'll do a good impression of Steve doing an impression of an English person. I can't do an American accent.
But not a good one of Chad.
Oh, I think that was Krillin super chatted for me to do an impression of Chad whilst Chad was on the 6-pack. This was like a week or so back.
Mortifying.
I was so embarrassed.
Oh.
RJ Resellers, Nick and Andrea, a big thank you for the plug-in. Oh, the plug for the chat plug-in. And thanks to the chat for the subs. No worries. Excellent. I guess people have gone over and subbed. Fantastic. Excellent. Stephen Bennett, I volunteer for a local charity 2 days a week, and I love it. Lots of really good people and meet loads of resellers as well.
Cool.
I've always fancied volunteering in a charity shop. You get to see it coming in.
Yeah. Perhaps you should.
There's quite a number of resellers who do that. It's a great way to and my brother-in-law, his mum is working in a charity shop, so he gets to go out the back in a particular charity shop. It's quite sneaky. Karen Fish. Oh, so we're still on this charity shop thing. I know the manager of the charity day centre I used to work at got 260 grand a year. What? That's a big salary. Wow.
Quinn is super chatted again. Do most people know that Brit royals are Germans? Yes.
Yeah.
I've just been watching The Crown. I watched the last episode of it.
We've been watching a series all about that early period of Queen Elizabeth's reign. And of course, Prince Philip was famously German.
Well, he wasn't. He was Greek. But his family lived in Germany, and his sister was married to a Nazi.
Yeah, there were Nazi connections, which was all a bit hushed over.
Yes.
Okay, right. Oh, this chat is keep. Oh, Carla's in. Hi all. Sorry I'm late. I bet they're about to finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Carla's come in. Right, time to go. No worries. Good to see you. We were chatting at the beginning about it was great to see the community come together on the chat and pushing you over that 1,000 mark on YouTube, and then helping out like Peter and Sue and others.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get there, which was fantastic. Heather, I took one of the DNA tests and I'm 33% British. I wonder which 33%. Not sure it works like that. Or like you've got British legs.
When we drove across America, most of the Americans we met said, "Oh, I'm a bit British," or, you know, "I've got English relatives."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernard says Nick's accent is proper English. I like that. I'm not sure really.
I think really our world is just a melting pot, isn't
not
it?
Very
really
posh.
You know.
Yeah, well,
all a mix of something.
Well, certainly. Yeah, British Isles is just a mix of all sorts of races and.
Well, we used to be attached
countries.
to Europe, so.
Attached? Well, physically? I think like dinosaur times.
Yes, our country was attached to Europe.
Yeah, but not in like human times, was it? Maybe.
Don't know.
Oh dear. Question: any plans to have a chat with Scavenger Life? I haven't got it planned. You've been watching them a lot, haven't you?
Well, listening.
Listening, yeah.
It would be quite cool, actually. I don't think they even know we exist, do they?
I don't know. It takes a lot of organising and getting people on board.
That would be cool. I'd
maybe
love
one
to
day.
chat to them. But yeah. No, I mean, going back to that, I thought it was because I thought people said in the times of Jesus he had actually, you know, travelled our way.
Yeah, but 1,000 odd years ago, the channel was there.
Okay.
But there was a time, I think, when...
It shows my history is not so great.
I think humans were around when there was a great big flood and it pushed through the channel, didn't it? Through the North Sea. Okay. People will be watching this now and marvelling at our lack of knowledge. But I've seen a documentary, I'm sure. And there used to be settlements under where the North Sea is now.
We stood and read all the stuff at the Natural History Museum as well. But how much sticks?
There's not enough room left in my brain to keep stuff. It's all like 70s toys and, you know.
Yeah, I could tell you, you know, different pop facts.
Yeah, it's song lyrics from the 80s in my head.
Song lyrics, artists, song titles.
So we go to museums and read stuff and it can't stay in.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Oh, Pete said, again, thanks for the plug now on your Facebook.
Cool.
That's cool.
Right. So I'm just reading. Doggerland. See, that rings a bell. Maybe that was a bit. I'm sure that under the North Sea, the North Sea was
completely different.
Land, and there were humans were settling it, and there was a massive flood which created the North Sea and I think the Channel and split us away from Europe.
Okay.
We're talking many thousands of years ago.
Yeah,
correct.
So if you've tuned in, this is a reselling channel.
History with Nick and Andrea. We have a tiny bit of knowledge, which is dangerous because we can talk absolute rubbish. But Gary says, correct, roads and villages found under the North Sea. I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you used to be able to like walk from what is now mainland Europe to the UK.
So maybe that's what I had in my head.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure we read some stuff at the Natural History Museum and we kept about 5% of the date of the information. It's like when we went up to the Science Museum with Zahir and Beck and we were wandering around. We were all so exhausted. We just couldn't absorb any of the information. That was a great day, though, that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, soon we will wrap this up because we're gone 9 o'clock. 258 viewers in for this rambling mess of a chat. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoy what we do, give it a thumbs up. We're here every Sunday to share what we've been up to and chat about tat. So yeah, if you like that sort of stuff, give us a sub and come back. I'll be on Zahir's channel Tuesday. We're back on Zahir's, aren't we? Tuesday, I think. and I'm hoping to have
I'm not.
No, I'm hoping to have a reseller guest chat on Thursday. Haven't got that sorted out yet.
Steve and Steph said, can we talk about math?
Can we talk about
That's
what?
next week.
What's for next week?
Math.
Math. Why do Americans say math? We call it maths.
They probably say, why do you call it maths?
Ours has an S on the end.
Mathematics.
Mathematics. See, with an S on the end.
Yeah, but no, anyway. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, maths not a strong point of any of us. We went to Ellen's parent-teacher interviews, didn't we?
We've said goodbye to people, and now we're talking about
I wasn't saying goodbye.
teacher.
I was talking about future chats. And yeah, she's not into maths.
No, or science.
Or science. And we were sitting there. Her focus is art, and she's going to go on and do A-level art, A-level photography, and A-level graphics. So we're sitting there with these teachers for like chemistry and maths and that, and they're going, you're going to come to our extra revision classes and really try and get a 7, which is the equivalent of an A. And we're sort of like, don't think Ellen's bothered. And Ellen's like, no, probably not. And the teacher's like, oh.
Actually, she didn't say that. She's too polite. She said, maybe.
I did.
Maybe.
In chemistry, I did. And I said, she's not really bothered. Sorry, she wants to go and do graphics revision at lunchtime. But yeah, I think you've got to be honest.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a monkeys about chemistry, but she still predicted like a B or something.
No,
anyway,
exactly. She's doing okay.
Wow.
Doing okay.
Hit the lick button, says Kirsten. Yeah. Or lick the hick button. Right. Are we going to wrap this one up then?
I think we should, yes.
Fantastic.
9:10.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
The learning zone with Nick and Andrea.
Yeah.
I doubt anyone learned anything for the last hour.
Obviously, we
apart
didn't
from
either.
This is a Christmas jumper. That's what we've learned today.
It's not a Christmas jumper.
Okay, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
Have a great week. Bye.